Hi and welcome. This is my June review for Virgo Sun sign and Virgo rising. We start this month with a look at the Black Moon Lilith because she's changed sign and house. She's now into Cancer. Now with the Black Moon in Cancer, this is going to last for almost a year, and the shadow cast by the Black Moon in Cancer is a fear of abandonment. So it's a good time over the next months to work on your independence, not to be reliant on anyone for anything. Then in the 11th house, there's a concentration on your aims and goals for the future, and during the year some of your older aims and goals will fall away, and by the end of the year you'll have a new goal or a new dream that you want to work towards. This is the same with friends and colleagues, any groups you belong to. Some of these during the year will fade away and die, and then new ones may come, or you may choose to develop ones that you already have that you feel are worthwhile spending that time and energy with. Now we have two aspects on the first. There's one from Mars to the Black Moon. This is a square aspect, so there's tensions and frustrations that will be coming out here, and they'll be coming up through the unconscious, but you need to let them come through in a controlled manner. And then with a positive aspect from Venus as well, this is a good time to align yourself with your new path, your new direction, and to start making some small changes that we spoke about. Good news on the 3rd, your ruler Mercury starts station direct and will start moving forward over the next couple of weeks, gathering full momentum again. Now he's been retrograde in the 9th house, so things, some plans, adventures that maybe have to be put on hold, well now it's time to start planning again and get things back into view. Your view of the bigger picture will also increase, so you'll be able to see things more as for what they are, rather than being pulled down into the details. Now Mercury makes two aspects. She has a square to Saturn, so this means you can start to organise, you can start to work within the structures of Saturn. And then there's a Neptunian transit as well, which you just need to make sure that you know what is real and what is illusion, because Neptune can easily create some illusion. Then on the 3rd, Saturn himself goes retrograde. Now this is in your 6th house, and it's in Aquarius. Now Saturn's already been retrograde in Aquarius 1, so if you feel that you've done enough work there, then all is fine. But otherwise you keep going, keep working over the next 4 months, and that's definitely on your health and well-being, because Saturn in that 6th house demands that you look after yourself. So there's more time to do that. And also in the 6th house, this is the house of Virgo. So this is a chance for you to really be of service to others and to help others without any need for reward. Have a conjunction between Pallas Athena, the asteroid, and Uranus. Now these two together can create organised chaos in a way, because Pallas is about structure and wisdom, strategy, and Uranus is about rebelliousness and breaking free. So these two can work very well together. This is on 9th house. Now if you have planets around 16 degrees of Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius or Leo, then this will affect you quite dramatically. And these two can create dramatic social changes, and you could definitely be involved with that if your planets tap into this on a personal level. If not, there's not going to be a fantastic influence, and in your 9th house there will be probably a good time to see the strategy of the bigger picture, which will help you with your organising and planning for the future. Then on the 5th we have another great aspect. This is the Sun, who's in your 10th house, making a positive aspect to Chiron in the 8th. Now this could bring out the leadership skills in you. Now this could either be in your career mode, or it could be in your public standing or your chosen path. But it's a good time to develop those leadership skills with this aspect. And also your past, any past failures or hurts can spur you on now, motivate you to succeed in whatever it is you want to turn your hand to. On the 9th is the day to do some digging, creative digging. Use your imagination, use your creative skills to look beneath the surface where your planning is concerned, so that you can really focus your efforts on your plans ahead. Then on the 11th we have an aspect that could bring some great excitement into your life. We have Venus conjunct Uranus. Now in that 9th house it could bring exciting news of a new adventure, some travel, or there could be someone who comes into your life from a different background or from a different land that you suddenly spark up a friendship with. On the 14th we have our full moon. Now this full moon is going to be quite difficult for you Virgos because although it's in Sagittarius, which is full of fun and adventure and wants to go out and enjoy themselves, it's also in your 4th house of the home. So there's a little bit of a dichotomy here because you'll want to escape and do things off on your own and be adventurous, but the call of the home will be great, and family, friends will want to gather around you, and it's good to be with people, but you may feel a bit claustrophobic, a bit held in. But it's a good time with the full moon in Cancer to look at your past and connect with your past and honour your past in a way, so that you can then let go of it and move away into the Sagittarius side and have that fun and adventure, feeling secure about your past. Now, the other aspect that's happening on the 14th is a conjunction between Mars and Chiron. Now, this is quite interesting because this is in your 8th house. This is the house of Mars. This is the house of Scorpio. So there's a great deal of intensity, a great deal of passion coming out through the unconscious realms. And Chiron will give you the motivation, give Mars the motivation and the push to really move on and achieve, because Chiron will spur you on from past hurts, past wounds, and really this is a time to stand up and do what it is you feel that you need to do. On the 15th, the Sun makes a positive aspect to Saturn, who's retrograde in that 6th house. Now this is a time when you need to work within your existing structures. It's not a day or two to push into the new areas, it's just work solidly within the existing structure. And this is a good time to get things done, especially detailed work, practical work. Then on the 16th we have a triple conjunction. This is between Pallas Athena, Venus and the Moon's North Node. So when the Moon's North Node is involved, it's also a fated field. Things could happen, doors could open, and there could be a chance meeting. We spoke about that a bit earlier. There could be a chance meeting with someone, either in real life or online, whereby you come across a kindred spirit, someone who's on the same level as you. And also father-daughter relationships are highlighted with Pallas Athena because she was born out of her father's head, Zeus, Jupiter the god, and this is the house of Jupiter, so this could be highlighted in this aspect as well, with Venus being the desire in relationships. So this could all be very good, and also with the strategic planning of Pallas, it's a good time to plan any trips or holidays in the future. And it's also a great time for learning, especially things that involve strategy, or even playing computer games that involve strategy as well. This is a great time to put this into action. Don't forget, with that North Node, be prepared for unexpected things to happen and doors to open. After the excitement of the last few days, on the 18th, Venus makes two aspects, square to Saturn and sextile to Neptune. Now, this is a time to distance yourself back now. It's a time to look carefully at everything around you, particularly your relationships, and see if everything's going smoothly, and hopefully they are. If not, it's time to make some changes. But with the square to Saturn, it's you're going to be able to look at things in detail, because Saturn's in the house of your sign Virgo. So you'll be able to look at things in detail, analyse things and see if you're happy with things as they are. But then just be aware that with the aspect to Neptune, that you might be looking at things through rose-coloured spectacles. So make sure that you take the spectacles and have a cold hard look. See what is real and what isn't real, and if there's anything wrong, change it. On the 19th, there could be what we would describe as a cauldron bubbling, because we have Jupiter in the 8th house of Scorpio and Pluto, making a square with the Black Moon Lilith. Now there could be a great deal of desire, passion coming up through the bubbles, and you need to keep a good control of it, because this could be a very rebellious nature coming out in you. This could be a time when you want to have change, but you need to do it constructively and positively, and not just overreact to things. So just keep a cool head on, and use Mercury, because Mercury is also making an aspect to Jupiter on this day, a positive aspect. So use Mercury to plan things out properly. Maybe that you need to look at finances, maybe you need to look at your involvement within groups and friends, or maybe just time to set out those new dreams and plans for the future. We said about the black moon wanting to change those. Maybe this is the time to start looking at those now. Venus and Pluto add to the intense emotions of this Jupiter aspect on the 21st, as they form a positive aspect. And the way to channel this intense emotion is through creativity, if you can, because that's the way you can express yourself and express these deep feeling emotions, as Pluto is in that 5th house of creativity. Also on the 21st we have the longest day, the summer solstice, when the sun is at its highest point in the sky and it moves into Cancer. So we start the summer now, and we look forward to some great days ahead. There's a shift of emphasis with Venus when she moves into Gemini on the 23rd and into your 10th house. So the shift will now be on communication within your career area or your public standing. Then on the 27th we have Mars making an aspect to Saturn. Now this isn't a high energy aspect, this is very good for planning now, and with Saturn in that 6th house of work, your everyday work and your routines can benefit from some input from Mars and some very good constructive planning. We also have on the same day Mercury making an aspect to Chiron. Chiron, remember, is involved in the 8th house, where there's a lot going on at the moment. So Mercury can allow you and help you to talk about your deep emotions and where you're going with those. On the 28th we have our second planet going retrograde for the month. This time it's Neptune. Neptune stations in Pisces, and this is your 7th house. So there's time now to work with Neptune over the next 5-6 months. And with the 7th house, it's good to bring spirituality within relationships. Also to be compassionate of others, and to be thoughtful and appreciative of others. Then also on that day we have 2 other aspects to Jupiter. This is very positive because we have the Sun making a square and Venus making a sextile. So this can boost your shared resources or money that comes in from outside sources. It's also good to spend time with friends, and to even work with friends, maybe to get a project going with friends. This could be very beneficial to all. On the 29th we have our new moon. Now, this is no normal new moon, because the new moon, the sun, moon, is conjunct the black moon Lilith. Now this is going to make it very unusual, because the sun, when he transits the black moon Lilith every year, and this happens once every year, there's a new mini rebirth that goes on. For the past year you've been working with the shadow side as it went round all the 11th houses. Now it's into the last one. There's going to be some changes that will come to the forefront. You'll be able to maybe look in the mirror and say, yes, I'm very different to what I was a year ago. These are not major life changes, these are small changes. It's not like a Pluto transformation. These are mini rebirth, mini transformations, but you will be changing. But also this will set the scene for the coming year, because the sun's light shines on the moon and the black moon, and you'll be able to see everything it needs doing. You'll be able to see all the things that need your attention. It's like opening the curtains in a blacked out room. Suddenly everything is visible, and it's good because you'll be able to see what needs to be doing. And this is an ideal time on the new moon to put new things into practice. And with the 11th house, it's about networking. It's about using your contacts, using them wisely. And like we said earlier, it's about developing the right kind of contacts and letting go of the ones that may be holding you back or not serving you as well as they should. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the June review. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe, and if you'd like to leave me a comment, I'd be glad to hear from you.